Sup, peeps? Raw, December 15th, 2025. We get into it next. Okay, so first we're going to start by talking about CM Punk cut a pretty intense promo. He was making a promo pretty much for Braun Breaker, and he really cut Braun Breaker down in a lot of ways. It was a really deep, intense promo. And it was a way to keep the storyline going without it having to be an actual brawl between Braun Breaker and CM Punk. Braun Breaker earlier in the night was threatening to take out CM Punk. He was saying he was going to take out CM Punk. Paul Heyman didn't want him to. He said he wants CM Punk to be fully healthy. He doesn't want Braun Breaker to mess up that opportunity for himself on January 5th. But yes, Punk cut a very deep and harsh promo against Braun Breaker. It's one of those things you'd kind of have to just watch it and just see for yourself. But yes, he made a pretty relentless promo against Braun Breaker. But that is not the last that we'll see tonight of CM Punk and Braun Breaker's storyline. Gunther got on the mic and made fun of John Cena. I guess Gunther feels like he can do that now because John Cena's not gonna, show back up to WWE, so he feels like he can just get away with just being this way. Talking down on John Cena. Then when he went to the back, he bumped into R-Truth for a second. It really wasn't much of anything, but I wouldn't be surprised if Gunther versus R-Truth becomes a match within the next few weeks. Just for entertainment, just for the sake of it, because you know how R-Truth is about John Cena. And then afterwards, he bumped into Adam Pearce, and Adam Pearce said that he didn't like how Gunther was making fun of John Cena like that. And he kicked Gunther out of the building, and then Gunther, on his way out of the building, ran into AJ Styles. Again, it wasn't much of an exchange, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Gunther go one-on-one against AJ Styles coming up within the next few weeks. Because, AJ Styles is another one that has that history with John Cena. Gunther hopped in his car and did the "You Can't See Me" to AJ Styles as he drove off. Just something to keep the storyline going. Rey Mysterio was going one-on-one against Logan Paul. That's been the storyline over the last couple of weeks. Logan Paul and Rey Mysterio. Well, now they finally had a match. But midway through, just like usual, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed came out there, but CM Punk wasn't having that, and he chased him right back to the back and with a steel chair, and he actually used the steel chair on them a couple of times and chased him right back to the back. But then Paul Heyman was able to hand Logan Paul the brass knuckles. This is the thing now, right? Logan Paul loves to pull out the brass knuckles. And he was getting ready to try to use them on Rey, but Rey Mysterio actually tripped Logan Paul into the ropes instead, and the brass knuckles actually fell off of his hand. You can see it there in the image. 619 to Logan Paul down on the ground, and then Rey Mysterio saw the brass knuckles as an open opportunity. But then the Masked Man came out of nowhere and stomped Rey Mysterio onto the apron. And from there, Logan Paul was able to hit a frog splash and a 1-2-3. From there, him and the Masked Man were staring each other down. And then CM Punk came back out there, chair in one hand, title belt in the other hand. But then the Masked Man hurried up and escaped to the crowd. And CM Punk was just standing there. And the masked person revealed themselves to be Austin Theory. Now, this is not too far from something that I mentioned in a few videos ago. It was one of the videos where I talked about who could the masked person be. And I did say it could be one of Seth's old buddies. And remember, there was a time period. It was kind of a short time period, but there was a time period when Austin Theory was kind of hanging around Seth Rollins. It was around the time of like 2020. CM Punk was fussing out Austin Theory from inside the ring, but he did not realize that Braun Breaker was standing right behind him. And as soon as Punk turned around, he got speared by Braun Breaker. Yes. But that's pretty much it for this video, peeps. Peace out, peeps.